Yeah, guess who's Bizak? Yeah, man, got some things to talk about.
Some things. How's this Friday for you?
Hey, man, it's a beautiful Friday. You got, some great, some breaking news. Shannon Sharpe is official. Stephen A. Smith, he making headlines right before. It's just a coincidence. Right before he about to do his show, he hops on Paul George in the podcast. He's starting up with Kwame, and then now the breaking news. So let's just figure out how coincidental that just actually happened. Yeah, great Friday.
So you already know, favorite perspective, AllBallTV. We're trying to see if this is true. Shannon Sharpe is unofficially with Stephen A. Smith on First Take, like you just mentioned. All of a sudden, it came out right before Stephen A. Smith.
But twice a week, right? They're saying Shannon Sharpe will be on there twice a week, right?
Mondays and Tuesdays. No, during football season. I think that's important to talk about. That's exactly what we've been alluding to with Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee. Those are major players in this content creator game to have during football season. But more important is for you, it was too coincidental for you to be on a Thursday night right before Stephen A. Smith on the podcast. Is that what stood out to you?
I'm gonna be honest. I hate it. I hate Shannon Sharpe teaming up with Stephen A. I'd rather him go to ESPN, have his own thing. Of course, have the Club Shay Shay under that banner, and then maybe I think he can have his own show once a week. Maybe try to ease it in, pause. May not have to be 4 or 5 times a week. He can definitely host his own show once a week, and then he could do spot guests because ESPN is running all day. So it ain't nothing for him to be on. So I hate it. I hate it because it's going to be so phony. It's going to be like, how you get invited to the cookout and there's a whole bunch of family members that you're not cool with, that you don't know, but everybody got to laugh and smile and act like they miss and know each other. This shit's going to be bad jokes, bad outfits, bad haircuts. Just out of control, man. I hate it. I hate it.
The fact that they're going to only have him on there for football is funny to me because Shannon was working so hard on being an all-around, commentator. So like what you're saying, he could have his own show, but they're saying that he's reserving the right, or he's still looking for a deal for Club Shay Shay. We know that has 1 million subscribers and his name is out there. ESPN just signed a deal with Penn Teller, who sold Barstool back to Dave Portnoy in order to create a deal with ESPN. So again, the gambling money is involved. Pat McAfee just left. Was it not FanDuel? Was either FanDuel or DraftKings. One of them two at Pat McAfee left to join ESPN.
It was one of them, right?
So you see how the gambling money's tied into it. I just think Shannon Sharpe is saving his expertise on basketball and whatever for his show for Club Shay Shay, and I think that if that's the case, it would be smart to be on. Remember what Barkley always laughs at ESPN. He's always laughing at Stephen A. Smith. He's like, bro, they pay me to be on here. Hilarious. 3 hours a day, right? 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day for 4 or 5 days a week, maybe 3 days out of the week, maybe. You're on there 24/7. You're on ESPN 24/7, and yeah, you in charge of that show, but it's like Shannon ain't got to do all that.
But I have a problem with it, just which I don't know. I don't know, what's going on. I don't know, what's stamped and what's for sure. But I hope it's not just football, because I'm being honest. I don't want to hear Stephen A. just talk about football. Like, listen, man, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Like I said, it's definitely a great move for ESPN. Because even the other move on Fox Sports with Skip Bayless with Richard Sherman, I hate it. So to me, even though I think Shannon Sharpe move to ESPN is way magnified and way much bigger than Richard Sherman at Fox Sports, both the moves is terrible. Like I said, I wanted to see if Skip could hold a show on his own. Like I said, I didn't want him to get no help. You rob our coach all the time. Hold it down. And with Shannon Sharpe, I wanted to see you break away from Skip and become a solo superstar. I wanted to see if you could do Bobby Bryant. I wanted to see if you could do My Prerogative.
he's still sending shots at at Skip Bayless. He's saying in a tweet, he was answering people yesterday in a tweet, and he was saying, I just have an issue with being a former player, the way that the culture now is speaking on players. And he's alluding to the, Skip Bayless of the world. But see, now, if I have an issue with anything, it's that. So now you signed a deal with Skip Bayless' former partner, and these guys created this whole era on doing exactly what you're supposed to be speaking out against. And that's part of the reason why I don't have an issue with this deal right now, bro. It's 2 days out of the week. If it was 5 days of Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe, I would never watch that.
No, it's not an issue with the 2 days a week. It's an issue with, like, this is what I'm gonna say about Stephen A. As much as I'm not a fan of him, he showed he can hold it on. He can hold it down on his own. Skip hasn't shown that yet, and now for me, that would have been huge to see Shannon break away from Skip. And now, like I said, I want to see the Don't Be Cruel album. Bobby Brown leaves no addition, comes out with My Prerogative, Every Little Step I Take. Come on, man. So to try to get that little boost from Stephen A, I don't like it. Like I said, two dudes that's energetic, just all over the place, just loud, very corny at times. I respect their work, but I just feel it's gonna come off disingenuous, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. They're gonna act like they've been cool. They're gonna act like they knew each other forever. That shit gonna be horrific, man. It's gonna be terrible.
I can't say that. I can't say that. They have ultra personalities, but it's more about, if Shannon Sharpe is only there 2 days a week to talk about, he knows football. We know he knows football, but he knows how to talk football. And remember, Stephen A. Smith could be a punching bag for him. Like I've been saying, my only issue would be is if he allows Stephen A. and all these other guys to speak the way that they speak. It's not the fact, like we were just talking about before. It ain't the fact that Shannon Sharpe is talking football and he's Shannon Sharpe. No, he knows what he's talking about, and you letting Skip Bayless come out of his face. You cannot let Stephen A. Smith come out of his face.
All right, but let me ask you a question. Why? All right, if it's football, why do you need 2 days for Stephen A. Smith?
Who says it's just with Stephen A?
Well, it's First Take. That's Stephen A. show. I mean, if sometimes he's not going to be on, like, I understand they have other guests, other hosts, but we know First Take is Stephen A. So I'm pretty sure them 2 days got to be with Stephen A. Remember, sometimes they have Mad Dog on there. They got Molly. And sometimes they may have I forgot the other football guy. You got Swagoo. So they always got somebody in the building. Remember, JJ Redick comes on at times.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure if I'm Shannon Sharpe, my 2 days got to be with Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. We the stars, right?
And Pat McAfee. That's the ultimate show. If they're smart, you have to. You got to let Stephen A. Smith go up there. He's the lightning rod. He's going to say something stupid. And you got Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe going, what? Like, now we got the big boys up here. What are you talking about?
But you know what it might be also? I just want to see good content. I'm being honest. I'm tired of seeing the clown shows, man. Especially from professionals. Just being honest with you. To me, it's a difference between entertaining and clown shows. I'm being honest. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see. But just my initial, the Shannon Sharpe, Stephen A., I hate it. Skip Bayless, Richard Sherman, I hate that even more. Horrific.
Oh my God.
I need that to crash and burn.
Hold on.
Please.
Like, comment, subscribe. Do you think Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe is gonna do their thing? Or is Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless gonna do their thing? Because we could talk about that for a couple minutes too.
Yes. Real quick. Shannon Sharpe, Stephen A. versus Richard Sherman, Skip Bayless. Comment, like, share, subscribe. What do y'all think? Which is the better duo? Who's gonna come out with the better numbers? Who's gonna have the better show?
Please let me know. Please let me know if you're voting for Sherman and Skip Bayless, so I can block you on all social media platforms.
Now that's a take that we need to. Once these shows start, the next day we got to talk about that. That's a versus. Shannon and Stephen A. versus Skip and Richard Sherman. Who y'all got in the street fight? in a food fight, in any competition. Who y'all got? Oh man, that's what
is
I'm
over.
looking forward to.
Now hold on.
You never know, man.
Now listen, Fox already came out. They got whispers out there, and there's no way you would just leak. They're not feeling Skip Bayless's moves. They're saying he's copying Stephen A. Smith, and they don't approve of this. They don't approve of it.
Right, but hey, man, what I've been saying, and please can you attest to this? I said Skip is gonna crash and burn. He can't do nothing on his own, bro. He reaching. You see, he just did a post talking about LeBron James not showing up to D Wade's after party and his Hall of Fame. Nobody cares. You're the only one that cares about that. Yeah, reaching. Who cares? That ain't even news. Get out of here. So I'm being honest. Him stealing or attempting, man. Skip. Listen, man. Fox Sports, y'all are in big trouble.
Yo, they're gonna.
And I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, I think, like, they feel the same way we feel, but it's funny that because again, this was leaked. If you're Fox, you would never allow. Like, remember, it's a week and a half before the show's about to debut. You're not supposed to put that out there.
Yes,
so they already nah.
No. Yes,
why?
You do. You know why?
Why?
Come on, we know why. So now. Remember, they gotta build an audience, bro. They gotta make people want to watch. Okay. Just like going right into this next segment, if you want to make a perfect segue, all of a sudden Stephen A. Smith is going on a world tour, going on all these podcast platforms with players that listen, Paul George, he disrespected you too before, bro. Pandemic P and all that. But now he's going around a world tour talking about this and talking about that. Why? Because they need ratings. They need these shows to come out the gate strong with big numbers. And once again, Stephen A. Smith is talking about Kwame Brown. They said he apologized. I didn't hear the apology officially. I heard sarcasm. I meant every word I said, but I didn't think it'd be like this. Listen, bro, you was wrong. Big shout out Kwame Brown. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I like one thing he said. Why you don't talk about the white players that was a bust? Where's their world tour at? Remember, Johnny Manziel was going to be the next Joe Montana, the way Skip Bayless and other people were saying it. Bust. What's the kid from Gonzaga? Years ago. He was a hot draft pick to the got judged to Charlotte Bobcats. Bust. And it was another player that was white that pressed Stephen A. Smith, called him, yo, my man, I don't play no more. Please stop. And they stopped. So, like I said, Stephen A. Smith, man, listen, bro, you smart. You know what you're doing. But it's just sad when it's the legends and the professionals doing clickbait. Listen, bro. I'm sorry. Terrible.
Kwame Brown does clickbait too. That's my thing. He does clickbait. Where'd you come from? You spoke because Stephen A. Smith is also viral. Like you said. The fact that he went on that show and he went at that guy, or whatever the Jackie Long, whatever the actor's name is, that's the part that I didn't like. Bro, he obliterated you. He spoke out on your name. You invite him to your podcast, and the first thing you do is, yo, man, you back down from Stephen A. Smith. So much so that Stephen A. lied about his own commentary about Kyrie Irving. That was crazy. That was I'm like, in real time, I'm like, yo, hold on. He spoke about y'all contracts before you signed.
Everything.
What are you talking about? Pandemic P. What? Yo, he disrespected Kawhi Leonard. He said that's the worst superstar in the history of what?
Told him he should retire.
He said the same thing about Kyrie Irving. So that's my problem, though. They're not inviting him on there for no reason. Stephen A. Smith is trying to build his YouTube platform, and he's talking about it on there.
But they inviting him on there because they're trying to build it. Listen, they trying to build a platform too, and I'm saying, bro, you Paul George. You don't need nobody to build your platform.
You don't, but it's the same reason why Stephen A. Smith was talking about Kwame Brown now. I don't care what he says today. He's lying. Of course. That's part of the reason, to be honest. It's part of the reason how Stephen A. Smith built his fan base on ESPN. It was part of so for him to say it was sarcastic, I think he regrets the fact that he's hurting him that bad. I think I can see both sides. He does, bro. Nah, bro.
Stephen, they don't regret nothing, bro. Nothing.
He sees the way when you speak about another man like that. He was a #1 pick. Yo, Kwame Brown, I think is, remember, what Kwame, we don't even talk about how Jordan treated him. Jordan did worse to him. Made him cry, allegedly, or put it out there. So, listen,
I disagree.
What
Stephen A. Smith did.
What did he do?
Bro, he went on a world tour on colleges and high schools talking about Kwame Brown and how he was a bust. Like, bro, he went on a world tour.
Oh, okay. But hold on a second.
No, hold on, stay there. Wait. Yeah. And remember, this man didn't say anything for 20 years. Woke up remember, people don't have to like him. I don't know him, so I have no dog in this fight. But I'm saying, you wake up a sleeping bear. He hasn't said nothing to anybody. What triggered everything was Steven Jackson in him. When they had Jeannie Buss on there, and when she brought up the trade, which he was included, they tried to make it seem like he was that bad that he wasn't even included in the trade. And she even corrected him, like, yo, don't do that. So you do have a right to defend yourself.
Okay.
You have a right. Right. Kwame Brown defended himself.
I have no issues with defending yourself. That's not a problem. But, like, to let it get to you like that, it's not for nothing. But if this was on the basketball court, if it was on the basketball court or anywhere, Kwame Brown would talk like that, or anybody talks like that. It is what it is. If he sees Stephen A. Smith and presses him or whatever it is, yo, Kenya Martin said, yo, he's all talk. I have yet to hear Stephen A. Smith mention Kenya Martin not once.
Yeah.
Right? He talked about Glenn Robinson. Yo, I regret the thing with Glenn Robinson because I seen his son is that and the third. Like, I get what you're saying. Stephen A. Smith, to me, is full of it. He's a politician. He's playing both sides. He said he's seen Kyrie, and Kyrie told him, yo, you got that same energy? That's what he told you? And you said, yeah, I'm standing here, and yo, Stephen A.
Lying.
Stop playing the game.
Kyrie ain't even talking to you. Yeah, get out of here, man. That's what, look, the Kwame Brown said, yo, man, I had to say something because it was like, they thought I was scared. It's like, yo, bro, yo, you're a sportscaster, commentator, analyst. That's it, bro. Like, nobody cares who's hard, who's soft, who's tough. Pause. Like, come on, bro, stop it. You doing what you doing because you got First Take about to come back on and you need it to be out of this world. That's it.
But it is entertainment, like we always say. Like Stephen A. Smith is, like you said, he could hold his own show down. There was a pandemic going on, and he made us interested. Not made us, but it was interesting, I guess, because he was still the ratings were still there. Kwame Brown, not for nothing, you're not entertaining us outside of all this. Like I get it, but I don't. Like I don't understand why we're so sensitive to what Stephen A. Smith is saying. Maybe because Kwame got to live it from other people, and other people are repeating this shit.
No. Here's the point. Before we get out of here, you only do that to black players.
That's not true. Rashon Nesterovic, the other dude that was on the Spurs, he was doing that to other players, bro. That's a lie. You see, I don't like that convenient racism talk either, bro.
Nah, he don't do it to this extent. I'm sorry, bro.
No, because yeah, all right, maybe not to this extent. We gotta say that. That's a fact.
Yo, what's the baseball player? Was it Hamilton? Played for the Texas Rangers. That was having a lot of bad problems, substance abuse and all that stuff. With the black players, stay off the weed. But with homeboy, which is way worse than weed, bro, he was like, yo, he needs help. He needs this, he needs that. Like, come on. He played both sides. That's just a fact.
But that's my point. I've just said that. He's a politician. And also, if you really want to double down on what you're saying, what happened with Dana White was crazy. Dana White on video smacked his wife up,
right? Exactly.
Had a fight, and he was just like, "Oh, it's my man. It's that and the third."
Yeah,
what?
That's what I'm saying. So, but that's my point with Kwame Brown is saying, like, yo, bro, just have the same energy for everybody. That's it.
Yeah, but so just say that. Just say that. Leave it alone because he ain't going nowhere. Like after a while, it's like, how we're gonna complain about this again? You can't complain about it. You can't. No. How do you look?
How do you tell somebody to leave something alone? If somebody's disrespecting them and talking about them, how do you tell a person to leave that alone?
So you just talk about him. No, Stephen A. Here you go again. Do that.
But that's what he does. He doesn't threat. He doesn't. That's what he does. But he's basically bringing the weird at homeboy sucker. And just like before we get out of here, Malika Andrews, use a piece of work. All the problems going on in the WNBA with females cheating on their significant others and whole bunch of other stuff, you don't talk about none of that. But you quick to talk about the black brothers with any trouble they get into. Malika Andrews, want to say something and make a gesture, but I don't want to get us in trouble. But she could definitely kiss my, where the sun don't shine. That's a fact.
But I think she's a puppet. Stephen A. Smith is a puppet. That's why going back,
the female Stephen A. Smith.
So going back to the Shannon Sharpe deal,
Malika A. Smith. Ooh, Malika A. Smith. Big shout out to you, girl.
I think
you's a piece of work.
And we saw the video of homeboy circulating about Dika. He knows her from high school. And her pops was working for. It's a lot going on
right there. We're gonna leave that there.
But
leave that there.
Stephen A. Smith also spoke to that with Malika Andrews. It was very he said, yo, you saw I checked the live on my show, this, that, and the third. But he also said, yo, no, the producers want us to say certain things. They're bringing it up. So when they push her to say it, if she doesn't say it, she's going off the air. She knows that. It's not just her doing that. They're telling her to say that. So again, our issue should not be with Stephen A. and Malika Andrews. It's ESPN. They are trash. That's why, again, if we celebrate,
I blame them all. And they all trash. They all trash.
But it's pretty hard to turn on $10 million or whatever Malika Andrews is making. You just
no,
happening.
No. I'm saying then bunk it. I blame ESPN along with them. I'm not telling you to turn down on money, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's like what y'all doing. It's just bleeding off the airwaves. Oh, a big shout out Kendrick Perks. You see, he told your man on live air, I don't like you anyway. That's right, pretty mother. Richard Jefferson. Yeah, hit him with the Nino Brown line. I don't like you anyway, pretty mother.
He was serious?
Yep.
No.
Big shout. Look it up. We didn't have time. Look it up. Look it up.
So, yeah, that's the bottom line with that. Because I think, and again, just to sum that up, that's why I like Shannon Sharpe's deal. That's why I like his deal, because it's 2 days a week. And you can't control me. Same thing with Pat McAfee. You can't control me. You can control that guy. Remember, he just left Skip Bayless. He got his own deal. Remember, now, Stephen A., who was just saying this? Bro, Marcellus Wiley, I think. We've been working on our own shows off ESPN. You just getting on that wave? Why? Because you saw it work for Pat McAfee. You saw it work for Shannon Sharpe. Now you want to be over here and be all radical about politics, about this, about that. Nah. And then you want to, so I get it. But that's what he does, bro. He's a politician. I don't believe in that dude whatsoever. With Kwame Brown, he's going to leave him alone because, to be honest, he don't want Kwame Brown to kick his ass, bro. I think that's the bottom line. You don't want to go see that dude. I don't know what he's talking about. You going to think I'm scared? Yo, dog, it ain't hard to say you scared of a dude that's 6'10", 300 pounds. He's beating your ass.
Pick you up like Hulk Hogan over your head, drop you and leg drop you. Get out of here, man.
Yo,
and then hit you with the rock bottom. Get out of here, man.
He will drag him all over his farm.
Share, like, comment, subscribe. Friendly Fire, AllBall Reaction, Fabian Perspective, AllBallTV. We are in the building.